New year, and that means a lot of people will be making New Year's resolutions, and dieting can be challenging, but there are ways to make it easier. And joining me to talk about this morning is Dr. Guru Gopireddy, a hospitalist at WVU Medicine Camden Clark. So thank you for joining me here this morning. So let's start out with, what is the first reasonable step to set a diet goal in 2025?
So I think setting a diet goal is really important, and setting a goal really gives you a specific direction, and we always recommend specific, measurable, achievable and reasonable and time bound goals, which we call as SMART goals. Say for example, if somebody comes to me and seek advice about the weight loss, usually we don't we ask them to create a SMART goal, which means instead of saying I want to lose weight, it's the SMART goal means it's about I want to lose how much weight, like I want to lose 10 pounds of weight in the next 3 months by following a balanced diet with exercise.
So what are some tips and goals that you would recommend to help keep these SMART goals?
Having any goal can be overwhelming, and it needs a clear plan. For that, we recommend to start small. Always cut your long-term goal into short and achievable goals. So we recommend usually like losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. In the first 6 months, we usually recommend 5 to 10% of weight loss. So we want any goals like the dietary goals or the exercise goals to be broken down into smaller goals, and you can track them. And number 2, you can track your progress using either a journal or any applications like MyFitnessPal, which are available in your iPhones and the Android phones. And number 3, we always recommend to build a strong support system. So you can have a group of friends, family, or even Facebook support groups, so that you are among the people who are in the same direction, and also it ensures accountability as well. And number 4, we recommend a balance. So along with diet, we usually recommend to supplement it with the exercise as well.
Okay, and so with anything, here come the myths. So what are some common myths that people should be aware of when dieting?
Yes, absolutely. So dieting involves, whenever you talk about diet, so you will hear about a lot of myths. Say I'll tell you about like 3 common myths that I commonly hear. So number 1, a lot of the times I hear all fats are not good. I mean, usually fats are not good for health. So it's not true. So not all fats are unhealthy. Say if you take fats in avocados, the olive oil, so these are really healthy, so we should not avoid them. So the fats that should be avoided are the ones which are saturated fats. So saturated fats should be avoided and unsaturated fats should be encouraged. And number 2, we usually commonly hear about skipping a breakfast can help me in reducing the calories and the weight loss. So it may seem that like skipping breakfast can decrease the calories overall, but what was found is whenever you skip the breakfast, it actually creates you like increased hunger, and you try to compensate it by eating more, and eventually increased calorie intake is happening, and at the same time the metabolism is also decreased. So eating small balanced foods throughout the day, that is recommended. And number 3, carbohydrates are not good for health. Again, like all carbohydrates are not unhealthy, so carbohydrates are part of our diet. So the carbohydrates, the proteins and the fats, they need to be taken in moderate amount. So refined carbs are usually the ones that should be avoided, like the white bread, the sugary pastries and stuff like that. And the carbs, like say the vegetables, the fruits, all these are really healthy, and they are very rich in nutrients, vitamins and minerals.
All right, well, thank you very much for joining me here this morning. And when we come back, Henry has another look at the weather.